Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Aquarius, this is your 2020 yearly overview. Now, what we have here, Aquarius, is we have a card from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, one for each month of 2020, and then I've clarified each one of those from a separate deck from the Star Child Tarot. Now, I know you can't see the full table here, Aquarius, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold each pair up clearly here so you'll be able to see them as I read them. We'll be starting here at January, moving around clockwise until we finish on December. So let's get started. Big year for you guys. You've got some interesting energies going on, some key decisions. Yeah, definitely some opportunities for greater stability and love and abundance coming in. So let's start with your January. We have the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Crystals, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So starting off a new year, a new decade with an ace here, Aquarius. So this is really, really strong new beginning energy. I mean, we closed out a decade in 2019. So there is a lot of aces I'm finding coming through in these readings as we start to set up for a whole new cycle, a whole new decade. Now, this combination here, Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So, look, for some of you it can be a passionate offer of love or friendship from an earth sign female. So that would be Virgo, Capricorn or Taurus. For others of you, this could be some kind of new opportunity or new beginning in the realm of work or finance that has the ability to lead you to being quite abundant in the future, or really to grow and expand your sense of abundance and start becoming quite masterful in that realm. Now, the aces can also be about, feeling really enthusiastic and re-energized in life again, especially if you've had some time off over the holiday period. It can also indicate spiritual knowledge or awakening in a sense, sense of growth internally. The thing is with aces, as being the first card in each suit of the tarot decks, is that we need to take inspired action in order to grow them and expand them. So for example, if you have a new business opportunity or a new job that you're starting in the new year, then you would need to actually apply yourself and really get in there and do a great job, take the necessary action in order to make that an abundant opportunity to become that Queen of Crystals or Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, and if it is just an opportunity that comes through a conversation or through networking, you would then need to actually follow that up, do your resume, do the job application, take that next step of action in order to bring this from just an idea, just an opportunity that's out there in the ether into something physical and tangible. So yeah, big bang for the new year, lots of opportunity, could be a sense of enthusiasm, could be a passionate offer. So it's a beautiful way to start the year. February, we have Strength and the Eight of Crystals, which is the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, so there might be some strength and courage required in February in order to really build and expand on that beginning that's coming through in January. Because, the Eight of Pentacles talks about putting in the hard work, putting in the energy, the blood, sweat and tears, the chipping away at things, putting the passion into something to grow it from an Ace of Pentacles to an Eight of Pentacles. This is about expanding your sense of abundance. Yeah, it can link to putting work into a relationship situation or working on your physical projects or your job with finances, that kind of thing. We have that with the Strength card. So some of you might need to find a greater sense of balance within yourself in order to take things to the next level in love or in the workplace. Strength talks about balancing our inner demons, our emotions, and it can talk about needing to balance them with their equal opposite. So for example, if you're harboring any anger or resent, then we would meet that with forgiveness you know, and compassion, and that brings those emotions into balance. And when we do that, you know, when we're, you know, in balance with ourselves, we unleash our infinite potential. Now you've got two number 8s here too, just wanted to point out. So 8 is the number of mastery and power. So it's a sense of through mastering yourself, through mastering your emotions, you become empowered, and that's when you can do your best work. That's when you can put your best time and energy into a project, into work, into a relationship, whatever it is, and really take it to the next level. Okay, so going to your March now. Perspective, which is the Hanged Man, and the King of Swords, which no doubt is you here, Aquarius, in your power. Now, interesting combo, because the King of Swords is a visionary, a truth seeker. It's all about clarity, seeing the bigger picture, and so is the Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man hangs from the tree of knowledge, waiting for that information, waiting for that enlightenment, in order to know how to progress or move forward in a situation. So, you know, with the Hanged Man card, there's that message of through seeing the bigger picture, taking a different perspective or viewpoint, that's when we can transform a situation, because the King of Swords is also about transformation. So there's that story of, you know, the truth will set you free, or having clarity and vision, you can transform yourself or transform a situation. So maybe needing to take a different viewpoint on a situation in March, maybe waiting for that knowledge or clarity in order to know how to move forward with a situation, whether that's in love or business. But also I see this King of Swords as being you, Aquarius, of, you know, being quite powerful in March, and, you know, actually really being able to seek deeply within yourself for answers, for truths. And yeah, I mean, look how powerful this person is. He's so much bigger in terms of scale than the trees and the landscape and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's the idea that truth and vision, you know, give us greater power. So that's your March. April. We have a beautiful combination here. We have the Star and we have the Four of Wands. Okay, so the Star is about a sense of renewal, regeneration, healing, making wishes on a star, being guided forward. So I feel like some of you either may be called to you know, do some healing on yourself, and that could lead you to, you know, your best life, actually lead you to be in alignment, so then you can actually go ahead and, you know, find your soulmate, you know, have great celebrations, that kind of thing. But I also feel with this combination, what I'm truly feeling in April is that there may be a sense for you to make that wish on that star for the life that you truly desire. And for most people, you know, that is having a sense of stability and security, a beautiful home, a soulmate, maybe a marriage, a deep connection with somebody. I feel like there's some magical energy around about April for really starting to manifest that, or some of you may even meet that person with this combination here, because we also have the 1111 formation here, which talks about synchronicity. So be on the lookout for chance encounters, chance meetings, signs or symbols from the universe that come through, and things that you read or see, or the number plate on the car in front of you when you're waiting at the lights, that kind of thing. For some of you, there could be an engagement, a deepening and commitment in a relationship, or you might even be attending a wedding or some kind of celebration of that nature. But yeah, with the star, it talks about coming into alignment with yourself, healing yourself on an energetic level. And when we're in alignment with ourselves, that's when magic and synchronicities and opportunities are drawn to us. So that's beautiful energy there, guys. May, we shift up a little bit here with the Devil and the 9 of Crystals. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. Some of you might either find yourself in a little bit of a toxic situation in May, or become aware of that a situation might be codependent or toxic in some way, because we have the Devil here, right? Excuse me. So the devil talks about situations that really make us feel disempowered. It can be being codependent in a relationship. It can be our addictions. It can be not being in control of our finances, taking on too much debt. It can be, in the workplace, being controlled, manipulated, or undermined. The same can be said about relationships. But with the devil energy, there's that sense of willingly staying in that situation because there's some kind of payoff for the cost. Because you can see these people here have got chains around their necks, but they're loose enough to get them off and go free, but they're staying there. So ask yourself in May, is there situations that are not serving your highest purpose or not in alignment with you that you're staying in because you're getting some kind of greater gain? Maybe that's in a relationship, not wanting to break it up because even though you know it's run its course, it's going to impact you financially. So that is a sense of codependency. But this is not sustainable. It's not sustainable long term, and it can really start to suck our life force. That's why the devil has these bat wings. And what this is really holding you back from is the Nine of Crystals, which is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles talks about great abundance, but it talks about great abundance that is self-made, and it's about being independent. So this really tells me that I feel that the situation with the devil is about a codependency, in particular around your sense of self-worth or your finances, abundance, and home. Because I think this here, though, if you could just release yourself from that devil energy, then you would unlock this potential within yourself. So I feel like it's actually stopping you from being self-sufficient, building your own sense of quality, building your own abundance, being Nine of Crystals is really having it all, but not needing anyone else, not having any reliances on anyone in order to make that happen for yourself. So yeah, setting yourself free from any toxicity in May. Now June, we have the Two of Swords and the Five of Cups. Yeah, so I think this is definitely the follow-on from that devil energy. I think some of you are going to have a difficult decision to make, which can involve, the release from this person or situation here in the devil energy. So, the Two of Swords talks about needing to make a decision, but the reminder with this card is to not let your emotions cloud your decision making. And we should make the decision, by tuning into our intuitive centers, that third eye, those gut feelings, that, heart, mixed with your logic, but not letting yourself be swayed by emotions, because our emotions can be deeply impacted by somebody manipulating us, maybe by narcissistic tendencies. So we don't want to just rely on our reactions, our emotional reactions to make decisions. We really want to do so from a place of our own deep wisdom and clarity. Now, I feel like this decision is definitely related around, leaving the past in the past, or, moving on to new opportunities. And, we see this person here in the Five of Cups who's very focused on past losses. This wine has spilt out of these cups, soaked into the earth, and there's no way of getting it back in there. And by staying focused on the past, it can keep us in a sense of negativity, of internal conflict, of even depression. And when we are, focused on that and our energy is connected to past experiences, we don't see the opportunities that are right behind us because our energy field is not attracting them. It's actually like they might be there, but you are not aligning with them. So we really need to leave the past in the past, get rid of this shroud of negativity, turn around, see the opportunities, and move into the present. The Five of Cups is a lot about not being present because we're too busy focusing on the past. So I feel like some of you are going to face a difficult decision to leave the past in the past for good and walk a new path. Walk a new path into, self-sufficiency, independence. So that was your June. And July, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Crystals or Pentacles. So I think for me, what I'm seeing here is that the devil energy and the Five of Cups. So the toxic situation and the staying focused on the past rather than being present was, blocking this great abundance energy here. But by turning your back on that, by starting that release, by making that decision, now you're starting to align with the energy of abundance and opportunity. We've got both the Three of Crystals and the Ten of Pentacles. So this is showing me that your sense of abundance and solidity and stability has the ability to quickly expand in July. And you might be, doing so, like expanding. It could be business opportunities or finances with other people, building it together as a team, working on projects with others, that kind of thing. But whatever you're working on in July has the ability to go the distance and to, really serve you well in the future. Because the Ten of Pentacles is the biggest card of abundance in the tarot. It's the money card. It's having the material resources so that you can set up that beautiful home, have the pets, the children, the generational living, all of that sort of thing. And I feel like, you're just going to take this massive leap and bound because you've released something that was really holding you back and maybe consuming a lot of your time and energy, so you couldn't really work on your finances until July, that is. August, we have the Knight of Cups and the King of Crystals, or the King of Pentacles. So there could be new love on the horizon for you singles, or a deepening of commitment for those of you in committed relationships in August. So yeah, the Knight of Cups can be some beautifully charismatic person coming into your life, offering you a cup of love, or it can be an apology as well. But usually it is an offering that's going to enhance your feelings of fulfillment and love and harmony in some way. Now with that King of Pentacles, it could be somebody who is an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn, or could also be a water sign as well. That King of Crystals is somebody who is mature and stable and grounded. And again, we have this link to great abundance in the physical material realm. So it's a bit of a theme for you in the middle of the year. So you could meet somebody who's quite a bit more established. It can be, even in the workplace, this could be a new emotional opportunity with a boss or mentor somehow involved. But in the romance department, it really is, an offer, a romantic offer from somebody who might be, a little bit more secure and stable and grounded and definitely good with their money and could have quite a lot of money and material assets to actually bring to the party. Now we're up to September, I think. Yep, September. We have the High Priestess and we have the King of Wands. So another King energy here. Right, okay. High Priestess. Some of you might have a heightened intuition in September. Some of you might have some information or truths that are revealed as well that could involve a King of Wands, so a fire sign, male or female. That would be a Leo, Aries or Sagittarius. But interestingly, that the King of Wands is also a great visionary. He's an entrepreneur, he's a leader. By gosh, he will be able to see truths and see things coming, just like the High Priestess. So I feel like you're going to have this sense of heightened visionary powers in September, being able to make great decisions, great strategic decisions, whether it's in business or love, because you have that fire energy, that king energy, somebody who can really rule an empire and shape their world, but you also have the beautiful intuitive gifts of the High Priestess. So I think some of you, it's a great month here to make strategic business decisions or strategic life decisions in September. Okay, October. You have your second Two of Swords in your yearly reading and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So one of your most significant months of the year in October here, guys. So we have, again, a decision around matters of the heart that needs to be made. Now, this decision could change everything for you, because this decision could change the direction of the wheel, could turn the wheel. Whoops. So With that Two of Swords, again, that reminder is not to be clouded by our emotions, to tune into those emotional centers, that is, take that blindfold off, clear the heart, tune into the gut and our intuition, and use that together with logic to make the a grounded decision, because this is an important decision, because this decision could change your path, could change your destiny. The Wheel of Fortune talks about big karmic completions and beginnings. It's said to have a 10-year energy, and we're starting a new decade this year. So this decision could be something quite fundamental that's going to put you on a certain track or destination for this decade or chapter that is to unfold. It talks about divine timing. So this is the right time for whatever this decision is to be made. And I think you will know by tuning into those intuitive centers what the right decision to make is, and whatever you decide will be that right decision. But I think things are going to change and switch up a lot after that decision has been made. Just checking how long we're going good for time until the camera shuts off. Okay, November, Temperance and Seven of Cups. Alright, so yeah, after that wheel turns, I feel like there is a shifting in energy that could bring lots of different opportunities your way. Could be business opportunities, could be love interests, that kind of thing. But I feel that, Temperance wants you to take a step back and to slow down a little bit, so that you're going to make, the best choices of which one to pursue, of which path to pick. And I really feel that the key is to tap into that Temperance energy, which wants to rebalance your emotions, rebalance those waters of life. And once you're in a state of balance, I think that you will be in the best place to choose which opportunity to go for that's actually going to be able to materialize and expand in the physical realm. Temperance can talk about needing to heal or restore after a period of time that could have been, quite emotionally draining on you. You've had some big decisions to make across the year. You've had devil energy to release. You might have had new offers of love. This is about you taking some time out for you to re-establish balance in your physical, mental and emotional health, to become stable again, to remember that you are divinely guided and supported by, the angelic realm, by knowing that, there are opportunities and, new dawns on your horizon ready to burst through for you after you've made that big decision the month before. So that's your November, Aquarius. December, we are ending the year with the Emperor and the Knight of Swords. So you're ending the year in a very powerful position here with the Emperor. The Emperor is, a very practical, solid, stable energy. The Emperor is someone who makes calculated decisions for his life in order to shape it the way he wants, as opposed to letting his world shape him. So in your reading leading up to now, we've seen two Two of Swords energies, which can be that indecisive energy, not really knowing what decisions to make. But I think across the year you have kind of mastered that, and now you are the Emperor, who is visionary, who would make a clear decision for himself in a flash. So I feel like there's a sense of maturing and developing into that Emperor energy, to really make the calculated decisions that are going to swiftly move your life ahead towards the end of the year. And that's probably after that Wheel of Fortune energy kicked in. Knight of Swords can be fast progress, and I do feel like sometimes people say this can be hasty communication or, argumentative energy, that kind of thing. But I feel that this is you, Aquarius, in your air sign glory, making swift progress and charging forth after kind of getting into this place where you can make such clear, logical, practical decisions that each one just propels you forward that bit more. There's no more sitting in the indecision like you were doing, throughout the year. You're just going to close out the year in a very powerful place and be launching or charging into 2021 now that you've mastered that skill of decision making. So Aquarius, I'm going to leave it there. That is your yearly overview. Like all the signs, you know, there are some really big months. You've got that Wheel of Fortune there in October. That's going to be a pivotal shift for you. You've got some releasing to do here sort of just before the middle of the year. That's going to open up a pathway to greater abundance for you. And you're starting off that new year, let's not forget, with that beautiful Ace of Wands, with a newfound energy and passion and enthusiasm for life, maybe even accepting a passionate offer or new opportunity in January. Beautiful reading, Aquarius. I just keep in mind it's a general reading. I'm not saying every Aquarius's year will go like this. If you'd like to leave me a comment and let me know how your year is starting off, I would love to hear from you guys. And yeah, join me back here, because I will be back here for plenty of weekly and monthly readings throughout the year. And I'm wishing you guys a beautiful end of year and a happy new year.